Hi guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Kenna and I am a Cameroonian YouTuber based in Douala, Cameroon. Okay, so if it's your first time seeing my face, I am a mom of 3, and for the moment I am a stay-at-home mom. So I share a lot of videos basically about homemaking, relationship, marriage, my life and all that good stuff. So if you are interested in something like that, you want to consider subscribing, because I have a lot of this on my channel. Okay, so today I am going to be talking about finances as a housewife. Okay, I know when some people start hearing housewife, they'll just feel like let me just leave it, it's not my kind of video. But you'll be surprised, this video could still help you how to make a financial plan as a housewife. Okay, and like I said, it is not only for housewives. Yes, in my case I'm a housewife, but you could still be like, this is just going to help you to plan your finances and save. So this could help anybody. Don't just give up on this video yet. Okay, and before I start, I'm talking about finances. Guys, do you like my earrings? Well, I'm selling these earrings, so if you are interested, get to me on Instagram. Very affordable, very light. I love them. If you're interested, get to me on Instagram and I'm going to tell you how you get them. Okay, so let's just bounce straight into the video. Okay, so the first thing I'll tell you to do to plan your finances is to just make an insurance plan for your children. Okay, we all know that one of those things that takes a lot of money is the health of the kids. Kids could be smiling now and 2 hours later they have a fever, they have a cough, they have a cold. So we tend to spend a lot on kids. Okay, we tend to spend a lot of money on kids, drugs and things like that, going to the hospital, pharmacy and things like that. So I want to tell you to make things easier, create a health insurance for your kids. So in Cameroon, in Douala, okay, we have a couple of companies that they provide insurance for the person that's working at the company and their family. So for example, your husband could be working for this company. They provide insurance for your husband, you and your kids. Some insurances even go as far as covering the person that's working, like your husband's parents and things like that. So you want to, I hear a lot of people say, okay, those who are working in companies are lucky, at least they have insurance. But you who is a businessman or woman, or who is a government worker, you could still create an insurance plan for your kids. It takes a load of stress of like, it's just do more research about it. I have a couple of people who have done it before, and they tell me it's one of the best decisions they ever made. So you want to consider creating a health insurance for your kids, because that is going to help you a lot to reduce to reduce spending. Okay, because the health insurance covers a particular percent. Like for me, I think my health insurance, the health insurance of my husband's company covers, like, I think is it 70-80% of where we go to, and we have some hospitals that if we go to, it's 100% coverage. Okay, so just things like that, it helps, it reduces the stress. So if I'm supposed to go and see a specialist, for example, seeing a specialist, you normally pay 15,000 in Douala. The average price you pay for seeing a specialist is 15,000 francs. But in cases where you have insurance, and it just depends on how much it's covered, you could pay half of that amount, or you could pay even less. Like for me, to see a specialist is 15,000, but I pay 3,000 to see a specialist, and then to see a generalist I pay 2,000. You get, so you could go to the best hospitals, and because of your insurance, it makes things really easy. So that is one way to just help you plan to reduce on spending. And not just health insurance, you could also do this. For me, this one is the best, education insurance. Like, a lot of people go through a lot of stress when their kids get to the university, to send their kids to school. You want to send your kids to the best school, you don't have money, you have to start borrowing money from somewhere. But you could just create an education an education fund for your child, you create education insurance for your kids, which is, for me, the day I heard how that thing works, I was just like, wow, this is something that is really nice, and a lot of people should really try this. Somebody will feel that this video is sponsored by an insurance company, but no. I think I would have even met an insurance company so that I tell them about this idea so they can sponsor me, so I can come and convince you people. Oh my god. Yeah, guys, so to do education insurance, it's really nice, and I don't really want to go too deep into kind of details, but it's easy. This is basically how it's done. You create the insurance, and every month, if you are a worker in a company, you just link your account to the insurance company so that every month they cut a particular amount of your salary and put it in the child's name. You could have 4 children, and each child has the insurance account, right? So every month, all they have to do, you don't even touch the money before you go and drop it. If you are working in an office, if you're getting paid in a bank, you just sit in your house, no stress. When your salary comes, if it's 10,000, 15,000, 100K, they just cut it every month and put it in the account. You don't see the money, and you could decide whether you want it to be for 10 years, 5 years, 20 years. So you could just count it like, okay, your kids will be this, by this age they'll be 17, ready to go to the university, if you want to send your kids abroad, for example. And then by then you'll be amazed at how much money you would have saved. So you just take now that money, if you want to send the child abroad, if you're struggling, you want to probably send the kid here, and that money, even if you put it for education and that time comes and you have a problem, you could still just take that money and solve the problem, and then still send your kid to school. Because just imagine how much you're going to keep if you just say you keep like 10,000 every month for your kids' education. In 1 year, that's already 120,000. Calculate now over like 10 years. You would have saved a lot of money. You would have saved money that would be helpful to you. So I feel like that is also another thing that you want to consider doing. I know this video was housewife, right? This video was for a housewife. I just thought about it again, and it was for housewife. I think I should say as a wife. This video was housewife, so some people will be like, it's not realistic to save. See guys, it is never too small. As a housewife, you have your little money here or there. You don't have to save like a super amount for your kids' education, for example. That's what I love about the insurance thing. You don't have to save a huge amount of money. You could still go as simple as 5K, 2K. It is something. You might be looking at it like it's small money. It is something. And not to talk about if you're married to a rich man, who maybe you talk to your husband like, okay, let's do this at the present. Your husband is not ready. You could still go ahead and do it. It is not that much. You're going to see the results at the end. At least you know that your kid's future is secure when you do that. So the next thing I'm going to tell you as a housewife, which I think is really important you have, is have a bank account. A lot of women don't have bank accounts, especially when they're housewives. They're just like, oh, what do I need a bank account for? Like, what am I doing with a bank account? I don't need a bank account. Which money will I put inside? I was one of those women. I am going to confess, I was one of those women. I'll be like, which money go I go put up in the account? I don't have money to put in an account. I stayed with my student account for the longest time. Will you believe that I had an account just like 2 years ago or 1.5 years ago? I did not have an account. So sometimes people will be like, can I send me a bank account details? I don't have an account. You see, sometimes it just discourages people like, this one, how can you not have an account? So I decided like it's necessary for you to have an account. Even if you're putting in the 2,000 and forgetting it there every time, you need to have an account. You need to have a security fund, like an emergency fund, sorry. You need to have something that you've kept so that if things get bad today, you know that, oh, I can shake body, I can go into that account and go and remove 5,000 or 10,000 and do something before I'm waiting. You get, so you need a bank account. It is really important to have a bank account in your name. You could still have a joint account with your husband, or you could still be using your husband account. But at the end of the day, what I personally think is you need to have a bank account of your own where you keep your personal money inside. you keep your small money inside. You need it. Don't think that to have a bank account you have to be keeping millions and hundreds of thousands in it. No, the bank does not tell you that you must keep but only this amount of money. If the money is too small, don't keep it in the bank. Okay, so you want to create a bank account. That bank account is going to serve you a lot. No matter how little you put in it, having a bank account it helps you a lot, because you always remember that, oh, this money that I'm holding, somebody could just give to 50k, for example, and just the fact that I have a bank account, I'll be like, let me just go and deposit this one into my empty account. Let the account not just stay like that. And you're saving without even noticing. Sometimes you'll be saving without even noticing. So having a bank account is pretty important. You should, if you don't have a bank account now, please get up tomorrow, go to the bank. Banks now open accounts very cheap. 5k you can have a bank account, and you could still withdraw everything and leave 0 francs in it in some banks. So just do your research, go and look for a bank as we are talking, like, no, as you finish watching this video tomorrow in the morning. Okay, if this is the morning, get up, go and find out about creating a bank account. It's very necessary for a housewife to have a bank account. Sometimes your husband could be in a situation where he cannot, there's no other way to send money except for him to do a bank deposit. Like, what will you do now? You're like, I don't have a bank account. He has traveled with all his bank cards. What do? You need a bank account, because sometimes that is the only way. That could be the only way you could get money. I know with mobile money and things, a lot of people just feel like they don't need to have a bank account, but I'm telling you, you need a bank account. It's something that is really, really necessary. Why do you not have a bank account? Like, why do you not have a bank account? You need a bank account. Okay. The next thing I'll tell you to do that it really helps with financial planning is you should keep a tab of every spending you do. Okay, you know, you have your monthly budget. This is how much you hold every month. You want to keep a tab of everything you spend, even if it's Maggi for 25. Keep it. In that way, you see how you spend money foolishly, because there are certain things that you buy at the time and you feel like, oh, I needed this thing, it's important, I wasn't just throwing this thing around. Okay, and at the end of the day, you realize that, oh my god, this is how much I spent. So starting from next month, okay, we're already in August, starting from next month, I'm going to be using this app because I want to begin a fresh month so that I can put in everything, and I'm going to try to film the experience with you guys. I'll try to put down everything, and then I try to see how I spent the money, like, because sometimes, guys, a lot of times we say this thing, you're holding 10k, before you notice it, 10k is finished. The second you change that 10k, you buy, like, let me say, a bottle of drink for 500 francs, that 10k is already finished. You don't know where it went to. You're like, I thought I had money, but you don't have any money. So you want to keep a tab of how you spend. In that way, you're going to know, like, okay, so this is where my money went to, this is where my money did not go to, this is what I had to do, this is not what I had to do. You get to know where you make little mistakes and you're going to correct it. So if you're interested in a video like that, let me know, and I am going to film it at the end of the month, and I'll take a whole month to film it, just film it, and then I'll show you guys what I discovered and how it went and how it has helped me, if it helps me. Okay, yeah. The next thing will be, try to talk to your partner. A lot of couples, sometimes I feel like this is a big issue. Not sometimes, I feel like this is actually a big issue. A lot of partners don't know all their husbands, like, you don't know all your husband's financial dealings. You don't know where he has invested, where he has not invested, what he has not, like, a lot of partners do not know that. They are just shopping life and just moving on. You want to talk with your partner. First of all, you both are one. So if he's getting into this, you want to know how it works. You want to know how all the financial dealings work. God forbid that something happens and you're completely blank. You don't know where to go. You don't know where to start. That's something that you have to discuss with your partner. You have to know where he's putting his money, where he's investing, how he's doing. I'm not talking about him giving money probably to his family. You go and start saying, why did you give 100 to this person? Why? No, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about more of investments, of savings, of things like that. You want to know if he's going into a business with maybe his friend. You want him to put it down in paper, like, okay, this is my nominee. If something happens today, this is the person that is going to take over. And if you too, you have a business, you want to do that with your partner, like, okay, this is my nominee, this is the person that is going to take over. Because things happen, things have happened before, and people's husbands were involved with their friends, their family in business, and they kick out the wife. The wife doesn't have food to eat, she doesn't have anything, because they have kicked her out of the business because the husband did not keep her in the loop. So you want to know all of things like that. You want to know about the accounts and everything, so that if anything happens, God forbid, as I keep saying, you are well informed and you know how to go about things. So guys, there you have it. At this point, I just feel like I just did a really good video, but that term housewife, we should just scrap it. I think this video will be how to plan financially as a wife, okay, for your family. How to plan financially as a wife for your family. I hope that this video helps you out, someone out there. That is why I make videos like this. Some people, sometimes they don't do things not because they know and they don't want to do it, but because they don't even know that they can do that. So I hope that this video helped you. If it did help you, please give me a thumbs up, because that is how I'm going to know you enjoyed the video. Thank you very much for watching, and Kenna is going to see you on the next one. Love you. Bye.